guys, I want to go through this video. This is a problem that was on your form yesterday that some of you might have had trouble with, some of you maybe did great on. So I just want to go through it with you. I know you saw the answers yesterday, but I want to make sure that you understand how to get to the answers. On the 5-point summary, the easiest thing to locate would be the minimum and the maximum. The minimum is the lowest point. So our smallest number here would be 7. So I can type that in. And then the maximum is going to be the highest point. So the maximum for this one is going to be 42. Those two questions should be a breath of fresh air to answer because they're super easy. All right, so the next thing we want to do is locate the median. We cannot look at the lower quartile or the upper quartile until we find out where the center is, and the center is the median. So to do that, remember we're going to find the median or the middle number. So I'm just going to mark off every number, and I do it as a dot above it just so I can continue to see the numbers because I might need to look back and see what they are later. I'm going to mark off every dot until I find the very center. Now it's easy to make a mistake and skip one. I did that on the first take. Just be very diligent. If you need to check your work again, do it again to make sure that you get every single number to find the center. Okay, I have two numbers in the center. When that happens, I have to find the mean between those two numbers. Well, they're the same number right now. We know that 20 plus 20 is 40. 40 divided by 2 is going to give me 20 again. So my median must be 20. Now, the median is not going to be used for the rest of this. It's kind of isolated on its own. But notice that the median splits all of the numbers into two sections. So we can go right down the middle of the median and say, hey, look, here's the lower half, and up here is the upper half. We do not include the median when we split those. In this case, it's a little confusing because the median is the same number as two other numbers, one on each side of the median. So we are going to include this 20 in the lower quartile and this 20 here in the upper quartile. All right, so the next thing we need to do is find the lower quartile, or Q1. I cannot draw a straight line to save my life here. All right, to find Q1, we're going to find the median of the lower half of the data. So I'm going to do the same exact process. I'm going to put a dot after I cross off each one. I'm including 20 in my data set here. So 7 and 20, 8 and 16, 9 and 15, and 10 and 12. And then I find that 10 and 11 are my middle numbers. Okay, so again, I have to add them together. 21 divide by 2. So the average of those two numbers is 10 and a half, which means my lower quartile, or my 25% mark, is 10 and a half. All right, to find the upper quartile, I'm going to do the same thing, but with the upper half. Okay, so I'm going to include this 20 right here. Oops. And I'm going to use that as part of my set to find the median of the upper half. It's called the upper quartile, or Q3. So I'm going to do the same exact process. We're basically getting really good at finding the median here. Cross out all the numbers from one side to the other, and I find two middle numbers, 28 and 30. So again, I'm going to add them together, divide by 2, and I will find the middle of those numbers is 29. So that's how to find the 5-point summary for the data set. When we find the 5-point summary, like when we do that, we use it to draw a box plot. So in the next video, I'm going to show you how to use this to draw the box plot.